I need y'all to do me a favor right fast. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can get all of our content as soon as it drops. With that being said, let's get back to the video. You dig? Alright, what's going on, y'all? It's your guy CJ100, 50% of the Fye100 podcast. And I want to have a conversation with y'all, right? And I'm coming with this conversation today after the Migos' best rapper, in my opinion, Takeoff, was gunned down, right? And I'm gonna spend a little time on that because I wanna highlight some things, but I won't spend too much time on it. So we all know that the black music, hip hop culture promotes destruction. If you don't believe that, then I just don't know what to tell you, because that's just the absolute truth. So you got songs like Bad and Bougie, you got songs like Hannah Montana, all songs that talk about, over sexualized things, drugs, murder, great things that we support in the community, right? So apparently he was killed at a bowling alley in Houston at a dice game. Now, I don't know if he was, shooting dice, but, you don't have to be partaking in something to be a victim of surrounding circumstances. We've seen it happen all the time. Usually the guy that gets hurt, I ain't gonna say usually, but in a number of cases, the guy that gets hurt or killed is usually a person that's not involved. If they're just around it, you see what I'm saying? So most people would say, well, why was he shooting dice? Why was he in that place? Yada, yada. I would agree. It's just our culture is so toxic that it doesn't even make sense to be in a place like that, even though it shouldn't be that much of an issue. But we got to accept what our community is. It's troubled. So even though I agree with the sentiment that he shouldn't have been there, the point is he should be able to. That's my point. So he was gunned down today, right? So what prompted me to have this conversation, and shout out to my homegirl Muriel, she always coming through for the podcast, sending, different topics that we should cover, that she finds interesting, and she follows the Shade Room, which we do not. So for her to send me this story actually gives me something to talk about that I would have never seen, right? So this comes from the Shade Room, right? Lakeith Stanfield talks about gangster rap, right? So I'm gonna read y'all what he kind of said. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I might. The dangerous toxicity associated with this glorified black serial killer and killed music and imaginary got people. Damn, okay. The dangerous toxicity associated with this glorified black serial killer and killed music and imagery got people thinking it's cool to look like them, hurt people that look like them, and only them. It's okay to embrace the realities of life in the harder areas, but let's think about not holding it up. Let's think about not holding up this behavior in our circle. Let's make it cool to embrace life, travel, learn new things. I know that scope of issues we have to contend with is much larger than just this, and that we have a lot of work to do in many areas to restore our hearts and minds after centuries of persecution and manipulation. But we have to start somewhere. At some level, we have to see our lives as valuable so that we think before we react and see another human when we look at a human man. We must stop holding self-destructive-ish up and embrace things that build us as a whole so that we can lead the world in the direction of prosperity by example. Getting reckless now and again is part of who we are, but for the most part, turn that stupid ish off. Right? Now, I've been saying this for the longest. If people that listen to this show know me as CJ100, they mostly know me from rapping, right? I used to be the best rapper in the city, if you ask me, because it wasn't too many guys effing with me. I'm gonna keep it real with you, right? But I decided to kind of stop rapping because I would talk about the streets, I would talk about sex, I would talk about drugs, I would talk about shooting, because I've done all of them. I've been involved in all of them some way, shape, or form, right? So I decided to stop because I realized the detriment that it was causing in my community. Not like, not directly because I didn't know anybody that was affected by my music in a negative way per se, but I remember my daughter rapping my lyrics to my song. I ain't like that shit, right? So I just said, look, I'm gonna hang it up. I'll still rap, but I'll do it in a way that's more positive, and I'll push it from my own platform, i.e. the Fye100 podcast, right? Me and Tez kind of had the same mentality with that. So my mentality was to leave it alone. Now, I agree with that whole post. Everything I read, I pretty much agree with, but I want to highlight some things that he said, right? So he talked about men and the murder, the dangerous elements of life. He also said that it's okay to highlight these things, but let's not make this a standard of normality, right? That's just not what we want to do. I agree with that. But what I always notice when it comes to these conversations, we're not talking about the female rappers. I've already addressed the men, I agreed 100% with it. But when it comes to the women, people getting their feelings, right? So you remember when WAP dropped, right? Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B. There was outrage about it, right? And I was glad to see some of the outrage because for a long time you wouldn't get the outrage from men because they don't promote what we feel about things. And the only reason it did what it did is because of social media, right? So I want to talk about these things. How is WAP not dangerous to the community, but Bad and Bougie by Offset, which women dance to, is so detrimental, right? Because Bad and Bougie and songs of that ilk are bad. We ain't finna just act like it's not. Let's keep it G. It's not good. It's bumping, but it's not good, right? So, I want to read some lyrics to y'all right quick. If you wouldn't mind, I would like to read some lyrics to you, right? So let's go to F and F. Shout out to Glorilla from my city. F Ninja Free, right? Parentheses, let's go. Okay, hold on. So let me say something, right? She says, B, I'm G to the L to the O, big glow. You can catch me out in traffic, tenant sliding with your O. Stop. If I didn't tell you that was a female, would you think that was a female? No, you would not. Okay? No, you would not. So let's keep going. I ain't popping out at parties, gotta book me for a show. He said, y'all be living fast. Nah, coochie boy, you slow. Stupid A. Who she talking to, bro? She talking to men. She talking to quote unquote boys, right? And we promote this. Is this not detrimental to our community as well? Somebody talk to me. I'll talk back. Right? Because people have to understand this, bro. People have to understand this. But I'm going to keep going because I want to make it clear to y'all, right? So, we hopping out at red lights, twerking on them headlights. She says she can't come outside today. That means she's scared, right? She talking about fight, right? I get put up in the winter, in the summer, pop out every night. Banging on that N-word top. You better hold his head right. So she talking about getting head from a dude, right? Does this not sound like every male rapper that we've heard in the last 10, 15 years? Sound just like a man, bro. Is that not detrimental to our women? Is that not something that we need to have an outrage about? Maybe not. Okay, so let's go to another song. Right? Y'all know the lyrics to the song. I'm F-R-E-E, F injure free. That means I ain't got to worry about no F injure cheating, as if women don't cheat, right? And Lord have mercy. So I'm not gonna keep going. Like, I'm just gonna leave it there. Y'all know the lyrics to the song. Y'all got to understand what's being said to us, about us, from us, right? So let's go to another song, right? Meg the Stallion, Plan B. Right? So let's go to it. Who the F you think you talking to, Ninja? F me? Now F you, Ninja. Dear F Ninja, I still can't believe I F with you. Popping Plan B's cause I don't plan to be stuck with you. Damn, I see you still kicking with the op itches. I'm the only reason your goofy A got itches. This the same woman that bragged about fighting her dude and then knocked him down verbally because he called the police. Well, he told the police what happened when she hit him. And her excuse is he cheated. But let that be the other way around. But I digress because at the end of the day, she got the right to do that. Let's keep going. She's taking credit for the women that he has after her. And in the same vein would probably laugh at the chicks he got because they might not be as fine as her in her own head. Makes a lot of sense. Let's keep going. All them O's want to look like me. It's mostly only effing with you just to spite me. But please don't get it twisted. I ain't tripping. How you not tripping when you just... Okay. I never put my faith in the angel. B, I'ma die independent. I'ma die independent. But when Kevin Samuel said y'all gonna die alone, okay. It's cool because a woman said it. Right? It's cool because a woman said it. Okay. I'm done with that song. Let's go. You know what? I'm not doing no more songs. The point is proven. So when I see ladies, so-called ladies of my generation talking about smashing dudes, you got girls like Kay Carbon from Memphis too, right? Who talk about shooting people with Drakes, who talk about dudes eating her butt, who talk about getting money out of dude, talking about getting a dude to eat her out. Is that not detrimental to our community as well? We've always voiced the issues with men, and we should continue to voice those issues because it's a problem. Takeoff is proof of that. It's a problem. But what we not doing, what Shade Room ain't posting, what Shade Room ain't in agreement with, what Shade Room comments in the comment section aren't in agreement with, is saying that Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B and Glorilla are issues for the community as well. Glorilla literally got a song that's gone viral everywhere again, and shout out to her because she bumping. If I'm just looking at the music objectively without, thinking about our community, like most people don't, then I would say, yeah, she bumping. But she got a song called 99 Problems, though. I think that's the name of it. He got 99 problems and the biggest one is me. They're glorifying being problems to black men. She's not talking about a white boy. She's not talking about a Mexican. She's not talking about a Honduran. She's talking about a nigga or a black man, whichever one you want to speak on. And looking at her is probably a nigga, right? It's glorifying that message. It's glorifying being a problem. And then when black men point out that our women kind of have the worst attitudes, they come back with the response, y'all just looking at us and not even looking at white women got attitudes too. And Mexican women got spicy attitudes too. Only one glorifies it. Only one glorifies it. Is that a problem or not? Right? I've done a podcast. Well, I did a reaction video. It was a while back. I broke down some of the most detrimental songs to my generation. And one of them for women, well, two of them. It was one, I Need a Soldier by Destiny's Child, that glorified the street guy. Right? And street guys need love too. But let's be real. They glamorized it. They didn't tell it for what it was. They made it look sexy and appealing. They didn't talk about that woman going to do conjugal visits. They didn't talk about that woman being at home with them kids by herself and he still got ops out there, so she in danger. They ain't talking about her having to go to them court sessions crying because her dude just got hit with 20 to life. They ain't telling you that part. They're just talking about the sexiness of a hood nigga or a street nigga or a gang member, right? Come on, man. So let's go to another song, right? Mr. Wrong by Mary J. Blige. Bad boys ain't no good. Good boys ain't no fun. God knows that I should run off with the right one. But she loves her Mr. Wrong. Which I know to be true. I already know this. But the fact that it was put into a song and charted pretty high on the billboards, our young women, because I was in high school when that song came out, our young women latched on to it. Those same women that were singing that song are the same women today complaining about their child's father. Tell me I'm lying. This is what we dealing with, people. See, I'm fine with addressing Takeoff and Young Boy and PNB Rock and Mo 3 and all these rappers that die from gunshots or overdoses on drugs. I'm cool with us addressing that and calling out for the problem that it is. But women call it out and I got no problem with it. Men call it out, I got no problem with it. What I don't see is enough women calling out Cardi B, Glorilla, Meg Thee Stallion, K Carbon. Come on, man. And I don't want to hate on the sisters because I get it. They come from, I know Glorilla and them, they come from it. They from my city. I know what's going on. I know who they peoples is. I know what they come from, so I'm not wishing that they don't be successful, but I'm hating that they have to do it in a way that demeans our women, that demeans our young girls, that my little girl is going to be influenced by that one way, shape, form, or another. Don't tell me that it's depending on how you raise it. True, my raising has a big part in it. We used to believe in the village. I guess we don't believe in that no more when it's convenient, right? This is what we dealing with. My daughter's going to be influenced by that. Whether she goes with that lifestyle or not, I can only hope that she doesn't. But she's definitely influenced by it. I got into it with my ex-wife because she put all this color in her hair. And it looked ratchet, I'm going to be honest. Love my baby to death, but I didn't like the way my daughter looked. Because it represents something. It's deeper than, well, she's a kid and get to express herself. No, it represents ratchetry. It represents her growing up too fast. It makes her a target. And as my job as a father, I'm supposed to identify it as a problem. That's my job. And I let her know it was a problem. Will she do it again? I don't know. I don't have that control in her household, but I'm gonna make it be known every time. Our culture is represented by the worst of us. Glorilla, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, K Carbon are influencing our young daughters, bro. And who our young boys gonna marry? That? It's death by 1,000 cuts. See, what Migo and them rap about, true, it's instantaneous death in certain situations. What young boy rap about, instantaneous death in certain situations. There was a young girl that I'm got ties to that was killed in a shootout that she most likely had nothing to do with, but she was with her Mr. Wrong or her Mr. Wrong cousin or Mr. Wrong, whoever it was, right? She was killed in that. I can identify that as a problem. Why can't our women identify that Glorilla in them is a problem? Because it's little girls singing that. It's young boys thinking that that's a good woman. It's young boys they just having fun and then they get in a relationship with them type of women. And guess what? They get their heart broken and then women tell them, you should have chose better. Y'all only want the hoes. But y'all also tell us hoes are fine. I got my boys. I'm going to do the best I can do with my boys. The young boys I got up under my wing. I'm going to tell them. But where's the backup from our women, our mothers, our aunties, our grandmothers? Where y'all backup at? Because y'all leaving us out here to dry, making us the enemy. Because you ain't speaking up. It's time for y'all to speak up too. I'm tired of y'all acting as if everything got to be on a goddamn black man to fix. Y'all hoes need to get y'all mind right too. I'm calling it for what it is. You're half naked all the goddamn time. You're shaking ass in every video. You're talking about how good your coochie is every goddamn bar. Y'all make it like it's our fault and we're being misogynist. No, we actually trying to protect your goofy ass. It's just sad, bro. And it's related to Takeoff. It definitely is. It's all related. We like to act like it's not because we want to give women a pass. Can't do it. I'm just hoping the ladies step it up, man. Because this is what we dealing with. F Ninja free. Come on, bro. Come on. Look, I ain't got too much more to say. I think I'm going to go and wrap this up. But I'm just going to leave y'all with this. And I'm talking to black women. Black women. Specifically, I'm talking to you. So if you hear this, I need you to fix your face, leave the attitude somewhere else for a second, keep your mouth closed, and listen. You are promoting what is a detriment to you, your daughters, your sons, your nieces, your nephews, your grandchildren. You are promoting debauchery to them. It is going to be to their detriment if you keep supporting it. It's time for y'all to speak up. It's time for y'all to champion being a good woman, no matter what kind of man you come across. Have a standard for real, not an Amazon wish list. Have a real standard. Stop supporting this bullshit, because it only works because y'all support it, because most men ain't supporting this shit. So this is y'all economy. Stop supporting the things that tie into it. I need the good women. I ain't talking to you hoes. I'm talking to you good women. I'm not talking to you bitches. I'm talking to you good women that want our communities to thrive. That want our families to be strong again. Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, Glorilla is just as much a detriment to our community as NBA Youngboy, Young Thug, and goddamn Offset and Quavo. Y'all detriment ain't no smaller. It's just as big. Cause our little girl singing that shit twerking on headlights. 99 problems and the biggest one is me. Oh, shut the fuck up. I'm gone.